today. From Lumen Field in Seattle, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington.
Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Seattle's first go on offense forthcoming, and under center, of course, Russell Wilson.
And he's been, in my mind, the best player in the NFL at this point of the season. And I think if you poll folks with a ballot, and I certainly have one, I think they'd say he's the front runner for MVP. So now it comes down to finishing out the season strong. And a good game here would certainly strengthen his case.
The numbers on the ground for Carson last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted.
Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady game.
Rodgers going to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And got his man complete. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 74 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Tucker McCann now for the extra point.
And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
McCann's got it teed up. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Zadarius Smith able to get him down. Well, this defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And I think our statistician ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instinct, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big connection on that one. 32 yards.
319. 76. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Rodgers now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Rodgers. Going for it all. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
He's got 1 touchdown pass already in this quarter. Obviously looking for number 2 and definitely not playing the check down game.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Looking for the end zone. And that is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on 4th, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much 4th downs were emphasized, you know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you, you know. If people are going to go for it on 4th down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make the play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. A great return there of 22 yards. And the offense will take over. Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse it through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Steps away to his left. Escapes the defender. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
Certainly making his presence felt both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Into the red zone, it's Rodgers.
Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Just what Seattle was hoping for. The coverage holds. And now 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Let's go, one more. Mike's 5'9", Mike's 5'9".
Wilson after the play fake to rush coming, and he's taken down. Za'Darius Smith has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And the Packers pick it up. And he'll bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Extra point by McCann, up and good, and it's now 14-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. From the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it. Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he's got this down to the 35.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
44, Mike.
Wilson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Again, Wilson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Dean Lowry has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. So out now is the Seattle field goal team. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So not exactly the response they were hoping for, but they'll take the 3 to at least get them on the score sheet.
Yeah, now's not the time to panic. All is well. Somewhat calm. Only down 14-0. So continue to play your game. Take the points when they're there.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. That kickoff return, 104 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now... With touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Oh, they pitch to the tight end. It's a fake. And that one goes virtually nowhere. Tried the fake extra point, but nothing comes of it.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. DK Metcalf for the Seattle offense about set to take over once again.
A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone.
And this doesn't quite work out as well as planned. They'll forfeit a few yards as he's tackled just past the 15.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville, where it was the Jaguars who pick up the win at home. Trevor Lawrence leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Demarcus Robinson, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And it was the visiting Atlanta Falcons who come in and get the victory. Matt Ryan, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. And our game has been Aaron Rodgers, who was on target in the first half. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter.
From his end zone, it's Corey Ballantyne. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys...
Now the defense loses him. It's complete.
They're not even trying to do anything.
Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key... guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point by McCann, up and good, and the lead is now 24. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. McCann's got it teed up. From the 10. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the third. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk. Their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up! Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
You think you might have turned it on us too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. From the 38, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
McCann now for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. From the 10. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And fresh off the pick 6. They've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
All comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Now Wilson. It's caught. Lockett.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
Just going to argue that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 28.
91 is the money. Hey, let's get this. Get this.
This is Carson, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Play action. It's Wilson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Zadarius Smith in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
91 is the money.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a McCann for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From the 10. Well, now how about this return? And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him and they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw is Wilson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And bringing it out usually isn't the best decision, but he turned it into a good decision with what winds up being a terrific return. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. He's going to float this one deep right side. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. He's going to go up top again. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down. But to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And this one is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Wilson will hand to Carson on the option. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 13-yard line. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Open man is Eskridge. That's complete. And the Seahawks are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And that's one of those where it feels like backyard football in a sense. You say, forget about the route. Just run to the open spot in the middle of the field, and I'll find you. Good throw, good concentration on the catch, and they pick up the 1st down.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
Mike, check, 59, 59. I'm coming.
he's going to keep it. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Russell Wilson with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Seahawks are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Corey Ballantyne. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, a broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part.
Down the numbers. There he goes. And it's a Packers touchdown. A great effort there. 66 yards. And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. They'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know we can sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this. No, okay.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Throwing to start the drive. Wilson. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Here we go. Here we go. Check that one.
Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. And it's taken in at the 9. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. They'll go again to Jones. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and get enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept that, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally